Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. So we're talking about purpose still, and this time it's mental emotional aspects of purpose.
So take a moment as we start this and just reflect on moments that have really brought a sense of longing or alignment or connection, because that's really what we're looking for, is these, or trying to bring awareness to, I should say, of these little moments where it might start off with a longing, and then when you're in alignment, it feels like a connection, like a piece, like almost like a movement, like a flow.
Yeah. So think about, just pause for a moment and think about a time when you just felt a deep sense of presence and purpose and meaning. Mm-hmm. And what was happening at that time? What was it?
Yeah, perhaps you were at work and you were connecting with someone at work, whether it's a coworker, a client, a customer, or customers, or perhaps that's why you enjoy where you work, because you get to connect to other people. Or perhaps you enjoy work because you get to be in your own cubicle. Not really, but kind of. Sometimes it's nice to have your own space.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a really busy household. Maybe that's time to have some of your, own energy and, your own moments.
So your purpose is already with you. Mm-hmm. You may not have discovered it yet. So purpose isn't some grandiose thing. It is just the stuff you do every day that lights you up. And we're exploring this month, and we started with physical. Thank you. We started with physical, and now we're thinking about emotional, mental. And these are just different aspects of purpose and ways to try to get in touch with that purpose so you can identify it and then create more of it. Right? So as in the example just now, maybe your purpose is interacting with people. Maybe you're a really good listener. And, in our lives, people tell us all the time, I've never told anybody that before. Mm-hmm. That's because we're present when we're listening, or there's some reason for it, right? But that's our purpose, is to listen, or one of our purposes. And maybe that's your purpose. And if it is, well, lean into that. But maybe your purpose is something else. Maybe your purpose is acts of service. You can almost think of these as the languages of love in some way. Mm-hmm. There's more to it than just these 5 languages. Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Love Languages. But, if you start thinking about what's your purpose, maybe it's teaching. I'm not a teacher, but I teach. Well, actually, the word doctor in Latin means teacher. So I am a teacher. That's the name. That's what my title is, teacher. Yeah. But I'm not, a school teacher, but I teach other physicians how to do functional medicine.
And patients, yeah. You can guide them and educate them and explain things in a way that they can hear them. And that way they can make their own choices. Depends how you deliver it.
Yeah. Sometimes I get polysyllabic. But anyway, definition of polysyllabic: too many syllables.
There you go. Sorry, I didn't know what that meant. So I was like, wait a second, maybe I'm not the only one who doesn't know what polysyllabic. I can't even say it.
Syllable, poly, syllable, abic, polysyllabic. There you go.
Got it.
There's a word for the day: polysyllabic.
Yeah, word for the day. Don't need to check your email.
That's right.
So I was recently told that, I've always said I'm a listener. I love listening, watching, taking in. And someone recently told me that even when I don't speak, my presence speaks. And that was really powerful to me, because I've always thought, well, I don't contribute a lot, because I listen. I may repeat some of what you say. I reflect, kind of so you can see what's unraveling for you, and then that's kind of a coaching instinct too. And when she said that your presence shines, and you speak by not even when you're not speaking, you're speaking with your...
You're communicating.
Yeah, and communicating. And that was really powerful for me, because I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to always know what to say or, know the next advice to give, because I'm not here to give advice. I'm here to listen and be present and have a safe place for people to be present and tell their stories. So that was really powerful to me, and it kind of brought me back to another really important exercise, I think, in all this is the journaling. And it doesn't, if you're not a journaler, that's fine too, but even if you can reflect on patterns, so identifying patterns in your life that keep coming up, and whether they're the patterns of longing, or they're your passion, or they're patterns that aren't so healthy that keep popping up. Maybe it's a new relationship, and all of a sudden, a year or two in, you realize it's the same patterns from the last relationship. Why are those patterns resurfacing? And a lot of time that can point us at things as well.
Yeah. So your purpose is present. We're not searching for our purpose in the sense of where is it out there? It's someplace. It's with us, but we're just unaware of it. So spending a little bit of time thinking about it. So, again, don't mean to make this a plug, but in our book, Find Your Core, we talk about beliefs and limiting beliefs, and then we talk about finding your purpose. And then we talk about strengths and, all kinds of other sort of steps along the way. But the point is, once you understand your limiting beliefs, and we've talked about that in the past, and once you start to understand your purpose, life decisions get easier, because it's a way of sorting. It's like, well, that's not really in my thing.
You just know.
Yeah, you just know.
And that inner voice becomes louder.
Right. Yep. So that's the whole reason for going through this year-long exercise that we've planned out for all these lives, is really to march through some deep-seated ways of being, living through your empowering beliefs, living through your purpose, understanding your strengths, because there's very few people on the planet that can't compensate for a weakness with a strength they already have. But we're told in life all the time, well, you're not very good at that. You better get better at that. Well, there's some sort of parallel strength you have that you could just compensate with instead. Instead of always thinking about, oh yeah, I'm not good at that. Well, why don't we just start thinking about what we are good at? Because what we are good at is what's going to propel us forward.
It outshines all that other stuff that you're not good at.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a whole system. It's not random. We're trying to work through this in meaningful and powerful ways.
I love that you said the word meaningful, because that word keeps coming to me, meaningful. And I think a real simple practice is just sit here for a moment and think of a meaningful moment.
Yeah.
A moment of meaning. And whatever moment comes up first in your mind, that's probably the moment that you're supposed to think of. So don't try thinking of the next one. And don't judge it. Just let it sit there. Bring awareness to it. And then ask yourself, so why? Why did this moment bring such meaning? Or why did it feel meaningful? And, under that, the answer probably lies that pattern of other meaningful moments.
Yep. Yep. And all of a sudden, you start to get this pile of meaningful moments, and they all interrelate in one way or another, and that starts to uncover your purpose.
Purpose.
Yeah. So, have any closing thoughts or ideas other than think about
one of those exercises? Yeah, and we'll post them. So after this video, usually, at the top, we give a little description. So all these little prompts that we've talked about, or reflection pieces, we'll put that in there. And they're small, but they can be very powerful. So it's, you know, the little things that really add up. I think we always think to get change, we have to make these big changes or sacrifices, when really it's these little tweaks that change our trajectory. And when you look down the way, those little movements create a whole new path.
Yep.
And that's really what we're trying to bring to life here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to live with a higher level of intention.
I was going to say live with intention, so
There you go.
we're on the same wavelength today.
Yeah.
A little different perspectives, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I hope this was interesting and helpful and meaningful. And we love your comments. Please, if you are so inspired to leave a comment, we try to address all of them.
We do. We
And-
read them.
Yep.
So.
And
Or private messages. Some people just send us a private message.
and so we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.